Hey everybody, welcome to the Tactical Games Podcast. My name's Nick Thayer, and I'm here with...
Nick Palacios. You almost stumbled over your name again.
Yeah.
Two podcasts in a row.
It's not been great.
It's okay.
I am dealing with poison ivy all about my face, so if you're curious what a 38-year-old man with poison ivy on his face looks like, this is it.
It's not a botched facelift, I know. But it's poison ivy.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's all over the place. It's bad. This is for you guys. I got this when I was cutting down trees in order to make sure that the long-range stage targets were viewable from the position that we decided to shoot in. So, For the love of the game.
Put our bodies on the line just for you guys every time.
All right, so we're here today to talk to you guys about our Ohio event recap. Biggest, largest attendance of any tactical games event we've had to date. I think we had 303 sign up. I think we had about 280 something show up. We had 30 teams. So if you look on practice score and you see 250 and you think we're lying, it's just because we had 30 more team members that were out there. We're going to talk about Poland, Sniper Challenge. We're going to talk about the points race for next year, just kind of a bunch of different things. And then we'll get into the recap for all the podium finishers for Ohio. So why don't we first start out with what we got coming up next?
Yeah, well, we're all getting ready for Poland right now. So as it sits, today's Friday, right? Yeah,
today's Friday.
So we're all getting ready, tying up some loose ends for the end of the week here before we fly out of the country. So we're going to meet the team in Poland. They've got some wild stuff planned for us, apparently, when we get there. Sub-Zero camping, tank paintball, fighting Russians. I don't know, whatever. So we're going to do something of the sort there.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to hanging out with the guys out there and running the match. It looks like it's shaping up to be a really cool match. Matt's been sending me some photos, updates throughout the last couple of weeks, and they built an entire trench system.
The trench system for the two-gun stage looks incredible.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I am really stoked about that. That's going to be fun to shoot on.
So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't want to do too many spoilers for the match, but we've already posted the trench. So the trench is cool. I'm very excited for that in particular. So program's done for that match. We'll get in town, double check setup. We'll test all the stages, and then go do some sightseeing and enjoy Poland for a bit before we start the match.
Yeah, Marathon's going to be out there as well. That'll be good to have them for the long range stage. We loved Marathon being around last year, so it'll be good to have them back for another event. The whole trip, I'm really excited about that fish stuff that he posted
Not
online.
touching it.
So a couple days ago, it popped up in my feed randomly, like a guy that does like he eats gross stuff.
Yeah.
And he said apparently that is the nastiest smelling fish in the entire world.
Yeah.
And people, when they open it up, will get sick.
Viscerally sick. Yeah.
So he opened it up, and this guy, for his channel, does eating
Fish 10 reviews. That's what you're talking about.
It's really fucking weird that you know that.
Did Chris tell you about that? That sounds like something Chris would be watching on YouTube.
That's a Chris Gillespie for sure, watching on YouTube. But it popped up, and he opened it. And literally, as soon as he opened it, immediately started gagging.
That sounds terrible. I posted that story that Matt sent us, and then I immediately got probably half a dozen responses telling me, do not touch that stuff. It smells rancid. So I was like, all right, noted. I will not be eating the canned herring, whatever it is. So sounds terrible.
But other than that, I think the Poland match is going to be awesome. Excited we get the whole team out there. Really excited. We have competitors coming from all over Europe. We have Australian competitors coming in. I think we have a couple people coming in from Asia. It's really going to be awesome to have a multinational event. We've had a lot of competitors come over to the States and compete over the years, but to have this one big match, I think there's just under 200 competitors we have signed up, where it's going to be people just from all over the world. It'll be really cool.
No, and those guys are fully invested. They've been very present and been working their asses off, getting the match prepped and doing everything that you need to get this match up and running, and I think it's going to be a really cool inaugural event for us overseas.
Yeah. The Poland Shooting Center, they've been great. Matt and the whole team over there have been awesome. Kobe, their gym, and the Tactical Fitness Training Center that they have over there. Everything they're doing is awesome. So if you're an international competitor and you're interested in getting more opportunities to shoot and do things like that, Poland's a great place to do it, and definitely recommend Poland Shooting Center as a place to go and get training, get worked up. They'll have skirmishes next year. We're going to have at least 2 international matches again next year in that area, and then probably a couple others in some different parts of the world. So excited to continue to grow it internationally.
Yeah, Poland's going to be awesome. So aside from Poland, we'll get back from that right around the end of September, first day of October. And
that weekend we have Kurt's long-range seminar.
Yep,
the one
that's right.
That's his long-range seminar out at RPR, which was funny. I've had more staff members. I mean, we sold the attendance out for it, but every one of our staff members has been like, would it be okay if I went out there for the day and helped out? Like, yeah, you can come fucking volunteer all weekend and absorb as much information as you'd like.
No, that's going to be a fun one. Perfect timing right before Sniper Challenge. And Ryan and Jason over there have been putting in a lot of work, clearing out ton of brush over there. So we've got a cool match prepped over at YO.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one. Be a good contrast to GTI next year. So I'm excited to see how that ends up shaping up for the program for that.
So we'll come back from Poland. We go that next weekend into the long range seminar. The following weekend is our Sniper Challenge match at YO, and we leave Monday morning from YO to go to Arizona.
Yep.
Put on our final regional event of the year, which we've got 306 people I think signed up for that one right now. So we'll have another 280 competitor slots with a bunch of teams in there, and then. A couple weeks later we get into nationals.
Yep, we got about a little over 2 weeks. I think we get back that Monday or Tuesday, the last week of October. So we have a little bit of a break, and then starting 1st of November, we'll be setting up at RPR for the next 2 weeks, getting everything prepped for that.
And I was out at RPR yesterday. I went out there yesterday evening, and they've started moving dirt, and everything's going to be laid out incredibly well. I'm very excited for the changes they're making around that range, the proximity that we're going to be able to keep everybody, the area where we're going to be able to have vendors. So if you're interested in checking out our sport, if you haven't been a part of it before, or if you have, our national championship is always an incredible event to come out as a spectator, as a competitor, as just a volunteer, whatever it might be. It's awesome to be a part of that event. Last year, I think we had about 40 to 45 vendors. We probably had 2,500 people come through over the weekend, like 240, I think, competitors. But it was an awesome match, and I'm really excited for this one. We'll do another Friday night under the lights. We've got some excellent stages planned for it. We thought we put a bow on the programming a couple weeks ago, but then there's been a couple of stages that we've run. We're testing one more in Arizona that will likely end up in the national championship. So excited to kind of get everything worked out, get everything put in there.
Yeah, nationals is going to be fun. I'm very excited for it, especially this will be, well, at least since I've been with the company, our first time doing all 3 days at the same venue as well too. So logistically makes it easier for us, easier for competitors. They can keep everything in one spot for the weekend. And like I said, RPR has been awesome to work with, and they're doing a lot of work for us for nationals. So
next up, we'll talk about ROing. So volunteering first. If you're new to the sport, if you haven't competed before, or if you have, again, volunteering is an excellent way to get involved. It's an excellent way to get exposure to the sport, to understand more about what's happening, or if you just want to come and hang out, meet people, and kind of get introduced to our community of athletes and competitors, which I believe is the best of any sport that I've ever been involved in. It's a great opportunity to come out and see that, to get involved in it. So volunteering is a great way to do that. After you've been a competitor, and I don't remember the guidelines off the top of my head, I think you have to have competed twice or 3 times, have volunteered at least once. You can sign up when we release the applications, which we'll probably do at the end of October, early November, to RO for 2026. So if you're interested in becoming a range officer, that is arguably, outside of our jobs, the hardest job that you can do. But incredibly worthwhile. And if you believe in the sport, if you believe in what we do, and kind of making the match as good as it can possibly be, or if you've been out and you've seen things that you didn't like from an RO, you come out and give your best and show us what you can do and help us create doctrine and kind of, we're ever evolving. I won't ever say that we've got it perfectly 100%. So when our ROs come out and offer us feedback or bring in other experiences, it helps out tremendously. So if you're interested in that, please submit an application when we put them out, and we'll review everything. We should have everybody settled out probably by the end of November. It'll give you plenty of time to plan for the next year and travel. And we do take care of travel and lodging and food for all of our ROs. So if you're interested in that, please sign up when it comes time.
Yeah, and that's and to piggyback on the volunteering, that's always something. We get new competitors that'll come in, and not everybody's like this, but a lot of people. It's great to see new competitors jump in, and they're just like, it was intimidating, but I just figured I'd jump in. But they still don't have a full scope of the sport in its entirety, especially the scoring. and reading the schedule and the matrix and all that. And like as a volunteer, you kind of get a look behind the scenes of all of that, so it demystifies a lot of that and it breaks down that intimidation factor for you. So going out and volunteering, you get time with ROs, you get time with us. It's your time to soak up and learn the sport. You can understand the scoring much more effectively. You can understand the matrix, reading the athlete roster, all those things that can be confusing for newer competitors. It's a really good way for you to get out there. It's low cost. We feed you guys and take care of you over the weekend. But, definitely recommend, coming out and volunteering for a weekend and just understanding the sport. That way, when you come in as a competitor, you'll have a much better idea of how to look at a stage document or a stage brief and be able to put together a game plan.
Yep.
And you also get to see everybody go through one specific stage. So you see how many times, shooting through a barricade a specific way doesn't work for a bunch of competitors, or how it works well for a lot of the guys or girls that are in the top of their sport or in the top of their division in the sport. So, it's a big learning experience. So I definitely recommend the volunteering or ROing.
The thing I hear the most is gear. People think they know what they are going to get for gear, and then they come out and they watch people compete, and they're like, oh, maybe I don't need a weapon mounted light. Oh, maybe I don't need my, my laser on top of my gun. Like, there's a lot of different things that people think they need or have, and then it doesn't work out. So that's a huge free opportunity that will get you a free entry into your next competition, to be able to learn and save you some money and save you some heartache on that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So, you want to jump in Ohio? What was your...
No, we got one more thing to talk about.
Oh, that's right. You want to go ahead.
2026 points race. All right, so this year we kicked it off, and we did it a little bit late. I think we did it after the first match had already gone. But we've got a good format for how we're going to run the points race next year. It'll be the same for regional events, so there'll be 700 points possible to be earned from every regional event. We will be extending this out to first place in all divisions, so you will only gain points in a specific division. So if I go out and I compete in elite and I get 400 points in my next match, I compete in tactical and I get 300 points, I won't have 7. I'll have 400 in elite and I'll have 300 in tactical. Different than how we did it this year because it was just general overall points. Going into next year, we're also going to be including skirmish in our points race. So there'll be a total of 300 points possible to be earned from every skirmish. There will be a shooter's aggregate, a physical floater, and 2 tactical game stages at every skirmish. The tactical game stages will both be worth 100 points. The floater and the aggregate will be worth 50 points each, totaling out to 300. So even if you can't make it to a regional event, if you're a heavy competitor at a skirmish, like the Ohio skirmish, or here in Austin, or Arizona, or Florida, or Idaho, or Montana, or where else? Am I missing any?
Up in the Northeast, we're going to be opening up a new skirmish in the Northeast here pretty soon. Potentially California. There's a couple of different locations that we're actively looking to break out into.
So all those skirmishes will be all be included in the points race. I think Dallas is kicking one off here pretty soon too.
Dallas is looking to kick one off at the first of the year as well.
So you'll be able to basically work all year on getting these points. Regional events will be worth more, as they should be. I mean, bigger competitive base. It's 7 stages or 8 stages, so you're going to get that. And we will honor first place in men's and women's in every qualifying division. So that'll be elite, 40 plus male and female, 50 plus male, and the tactical divisions. You'll be able to like even the intermediate will have you can gain points in intermediate, but there won't be a prize table, there won't be a podium, or there won't be a prize table for first place in those. So just know that if you're competing in intermediate.
No, that's exciting. I think it gives people a lot more opportunity to get out and test out a skirmish, test out their gear, knock the rust off if you're a seasoned competitor. So I'm excited. We've got a lot more buzz this year over skirmish. I've been taking a lot of phone calls in different regions throughout the country, so I'm excited to see that program continue to expand. Yeah,
and we'll put everything up on the website as we hammer everything out. But we've got all the macro stuff. Now it's just getting into some of the micro details and how things will be executed and some of the rules. And we'll create a separate rule book for how that, or a layout of rules for how it's going to work for the points race. But yeah, really excited to bring that to you guys next year. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun.
Ohio?
Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, let's get into Ohio then.
All right.
What was your favorite part of Ohio?
So after every one of our matches, one of the things we do as a team is we sit around the table and we talk about what our favorite part of the weekend was. This year, in every match, this happens, and sometimes it's once, sometimes it's a couple times a match, but somebody comes up to me and they say, I wasn't able to do this before. but training for this meant I was able to do it. Like a guy came up to me, he's like, I never would have been able to pick up a 100-pound sandbag a year ago, but training for this match, I was able to do it. And then I picked up the 125 and I had no idea I was going to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So like that's a big thing, is giving people an opportunity and a reason to train, to get in the gym, to get interested in health and wellness, to practice marksmanship. I mean, all the things that we talk about. At the end of the match, a competitor named Mark Trump came up to me, and I apologize, I don't remember exactly where Mark is. He's a law enforcement officer. And I wasn't in law enforcement, so if I botch some of these terms, I apologize now. Please don't fucking hammer me in the comments. But Mark came up to me and basically said they got a call that there was a barricaded shooter in a building. He was the closest person to respond. He responded first and entered into the building, had a shield with him, had a ballistic shield with him, and came upon the barricaded shooter and was there for quite a long period of time. And in his head, and he said this to me at the match, he had to switch from left-handed to right-handed and kind of these working positions based on where the barricaded shooter was going. And he was on his long rifle. And he said to me, the only reason that I knew my holds for my rifle and I felt confident that if I had to pull that shot, I was going to be able to do it, was because of the work that I put in to compete in this sport. Yeah. And for me, that was like, it is awesome to hear that people who don't get training, who don't have budgets to get training, who don't have the means, that are in law enforcement, that a lot of people think like these guys know everything. Well, no, they don't. They know what their department's willing to train them on, or what they're willing to go out and get themselves trained on, or like Kim Pastor's foundation, the George Pastor Foundation, her organization will pay for law enforcement officers who don't have funding to go out and go to sniper classes or competition, whatever it might be, different classes, TAC med classes, to help them get better. It's cool to me that training for our sport gives people that knowledge, that gives them that comfortability, that they know if heaven forbid they ever have to use their weapon in a situation like that, that they are capable and confident and comfortable doing so, at taking a precision shot under a high heart rate. I think that is just like, for all the work that has gone in over the past couple of years since the sport was started by Tim, by Jared, by everybody, that was a defining moment for me and really solidified like what we're doing has a larger purpose beyond just the competition. It's giving people a place that they can come and they feel comfortable, that they can have a community, and it's giving people something to train for, something to focus on, like all of those things tied together into that statement. And it just really hit me hard. Yeah. And I was really happy to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's always really fulfilling when you put a match on and you see people enjoy it and they have fun. Like that's always one of the best parts about the job. But like hearing stories like that's like actually making a difference in people that are doing real things in the real world, whether it's law enforcement or military or being a first responder, like that's definitely the icing on the cake. To hear like the sport is, potentially can save somebody's life or somebody else's life if they're in the line of duty. So that was a pretty awesome story.
Yeah. I'm stoked about that. All right, so let's get into the match.
The match went smooth. Administratively, it went smooth. I mean, there's always a couple things that we could button up. But
the Portalette situation was a bit shitty.
Yeah. That was a good one. But yeah, actually I had a call with him today arguing about that. So, but yeah, the Portalette situation was frustrating for sure.
So we did have it scheduled to be serviced.
It was 100% scheduled.
Either Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And nobody showed up and cleaned it.
Yeah. So, shit was piling out of the Porta Johns and we were
listen guys,
shitter's full.
I want to explain something to you. We also have to use these bathrooms, so it's not like we're just putting you guys out there to do it. It's our team has to use these bathrooms too, so we feel that just as much as you do. The food that's on site, we feel that just as much as you do, because that's what we eat when we're there. Like, we are all living in the same ecosystem when we're at these events, and trust me, we do everything that we can to make sure that those situations don't happen. But this one, I will say, fell on somebody else's hands and was completely outside of our control. We don't have a shit pumping truck.
No, we don't. It's not in the budget yet, so we're working on it actively. But so that was definitely frustrating because the last thing I want to keep hearing from people is, "There's no toilet paper. The shitter's full." I can't do anything about it.
we had a competitor fall, and she broke her wrist and took a hit on her head.
Yeah.
That was pretty nasty. The medics responded immediately.
Yeah.
Got her sorted out, got her stitches. She was back the next day and cheering her husband on, who I think was still competing. So it sucks. I hate injuries. I hate when it happens. But she was in good spirits, and we're gonna take care of her for her next entry into her next event.
Yeah. That run was gnarly. By the way.
Oh, well, let's go through. Let's go through. All right, stage by stage. Stage one.
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
Yep.
So people probably don't know. Colin Shine and Jeb Davis are both law enforcement officers. So that was our funny play on telling them.
Yeah, the range itself. So before we get into the stages, the range itself is awesome. It's a couple 100 acres in the middle of Garrettsville, Ohio, which kind of in the middle of nowhere, but it's beautiful this time of the year. Colors are changing. You're like right in the midst of fall, and you get some cool fog rolling in, especially across like just the open swaths of the valley, kind of like in the middle in the range there. So the set and setting was awesome. Very well manicured range. So that always gives us a good canvas to be able to put on a good match and be able to put on a good product for everybody ultimately. So that was on their 700-yard bay. They have a Connex set up, which ultimately we chose not to use, but we had it made for a really cool setup for the stage. You're kind of shooting down a hill I think we had 11 pieces of steel. We had a couple obstructed by some of the brush that was there for pistols. You're just moving laterally left to right, clearing all the pistol steel. And then you run onto, there's a large rock platform kind of there, so you can go ahead and drop in a prone. And then we had.
Do you remember that ranges for the pistol steel that we had? I think the farthest I ranged was 45.
Yeah, I want to say it was. I was going to say 35, but maybe 45. 45
yeah,
might
and
be
I
right.
think there was 12 pieces, and they were between like 15 and 45 yards. A lot of them being further shots where you had to slow down a little bit and take good aim shots. I noticed like when you were vetting, you were pulling the trigger fast, and so was Gil when he first started, and then he slowed down, and everybody like, okay, this is what the cadence I need to shoot at for these targets.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely came out going a little bit too hot, started missing. I was like, okay, I got to slow down. But it was super fun. We don't get to really stretch out pistol shots very often. We got 2 on 2 stages last weekend, so that was really cool, and it was fun to see how people kind of navigated that throughout their stages. And then we had 8 IPSC targets out, and I think we stretched it out. I think the furthest was like 611. I want to say was maybe the farthest one that we had, or 605.
No. We ended up bringing them
in.
in.
550.
550 was the furthest rifle
right.
target. It was a full size IPSC target. We had some BCs out there, and I think the closest target was like 178 yards.
Yeah.
There was a 250, like a 380, 390, a 400. Yeah, but 8 targets in different locations.
Yeah. So it was fun. There's a bunch of different terrain out there, and again, using kind of like the landscape to obstruct some targets, really making people like find the targets to engage them. So it was fun, and the stage ran smooth all weekend. Colin and Jeb
crushed it.
Ran a really good stage, and I don't think we had any DQs on the stage, which was great.
No. And those they're just like all of our ROs, they enforce the same rules and standards as everybody else. We did have lateral movement with the pistol, and everybody understood and kept their weapon pointed in a safe direction. So that was a good one. Next up,
the run, kick rocks. We drove by that hill. So you and I bounced back and forth ROing that for the weekend, and I had no less.
Well, do you want to talk about the first one? The
first run that so we were initially going to do. It was about a 2-mile run. You kind of just go through the terrain of the quarry,
like an in and back.
Yeah, it was going to be an in and out route, and we were going to have people slinging rifles and running the route, which you'd done previously before back in 21 or 22, whenever we were there last. And we drove by that hill every day, and we kept looking at it like, God, it'd be so cool to figure out how to put this into a stage. And then it clicked, and you're like, oh, let's just do the run here. And then we decided to do a 15-minute EMOM, just up the hill, down the hill, quick little turnaround, and then back out.
So what would you say the total run length was? I'd say
maybe 150 meters.
Okay, that's what I was going to say, around 150 meters of just a straight uphill, a little bit of flat at the top, and then a more gradual downhill, and then flat run to get back to the hill, which you had to climb again.
Correct. But it's used for like ATVs and side by side. So vehicles, it's rutted on the left and right, and there's a spine up the middle on both the up and down portions. So like it was funny to see which route people wanted to do that as far as like running up it. Cause like if you're running in the ruts, it's all soft, loose sand basically instead of running up the spine. But the spine, you know, was also narrow. It was hard to navigate up. There's rocks there and all that. So seeing how people had a game plan, whether they were going to run up that and then go slow down the back slope and kind of jog around, or you'd see people just walk it and then run down and loop around. You saw every different type of game plan going into it, and it fucking crushed people. It was such a good run, and it was cool. We got a lot of good feedback from family members and spectators that were there, because usually, like, you know, people go on a run, it's in and out, it's a loop. They don't know where they're at. They don't know how they're doing. They only see them when they come back.
Yep.
So they, you know, you could have friends and family there. You know, plenty of times you had guys, kids, and women's kids there cheering them on. They'd come and hit the loop. They'd hear "Go Daddy, go! Go Mommy, go!" And it was really cool to see them getting cheered on like that. And I think it gave them a good extra push to keep getting an extra lap in.
I think one of the best parts about it was how we counted the points. Mm-hmm. So it's 2 points a lap, and you basically got a point from getting from the bottom all the way up to the top. Mm-hmm. And then the further distance, which was the downhill and then the flat, you got a point for that one as well. So when it came down to like the last 20 or 30 seconds, where people were and whether they were going to push it to get back up the hill for that final lap, I really, really enjoyed that stage, ROing it, just being over there and watching people. And I think the competitors, now vetting it, I was like, I remember it came down the hill and I was like, time, and the 6 minutes. So we still had 9 minutes left to go. We weren't even halfway through it.
I think I was somewhere around 6 or 7 minutes in, and Rose like, Palacios, I need you to help film something. I was like, I got you. I was like, have fun, guys. I peeled out halfway through. I was done. But it was definitely cool. The setup for it was great. And again, having people's family and friends there spectating gave them that extra push to go up that extra half lap. Where they might not have on a regular run. You know, so it was cool how it shaped up.
I agree.
It was a lot of fun. I would like us to do more of those EMOM style point runs in the future. I think that was cool.
I think I found a candidate that we can do for it at another match this year.
Nice. I'm excited for that. So you guys might see another run EMOM.
Maybe we can make it a 30-minute EMOM.
I think we'll lose attendance. I think we'll have more than 20 people not show up for the match.
It would be maybe we'll do it 15 minutes carrying rifles. The thing with the terrain is like
carrying rifles on that would have been
that's sketchy. Yeah, for sure. All right, so stage 3.
Think my zero's off.
I think my zero's off, which is a common phrase that we hear in our matches. One of my favorite stages that we've programmed ever. Yeah. I love this stage.
So fun.
So it was, you had to accumulate 500 kilograms for men, 250 kilograms of women for a chest press on the strength erg machine. If you haven't been on the strength erg machine, it's basically just like any of the other Concept 2 machines. It's resistance based. Yeah. So the harder you push, the more feedback you're going to get, the more kilograms you're accumulating when you're doing it. So I saw as little as 8, and then I saw as many as probably 40 or 50 presses to get to that point. From there, you got up. So you got your 500 kilograms. Got up and then shot rifle standing freestyle. I think 90 yards.
No, I think we were able to get about 100 yards out of that.
100 yards.
We're pretty much right at the edge of the concrete there.
What did we use for paper for that one?
It was a full sheet of paper, so I think it's
11.5 by 11 by 8.5.
No. For the rifle. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 11 by 8.5. So it was a regular sheet of paper, and then pistol was the full target.
Pistol was
size.
at 50 or 60 yards.
We did it at 50.
50 yards. Yeah. You got the big sheets of paper target that we use.
I think it's like 18 by 12 or something like that. So it's somewhere around there. But it was a generous target at 50, which was still heavily missed.
So
we're going to get to reuse a lot of these targets.
Gil came over to me and he brought me a target that had one hit on it. Yeah. And he's like, nobody was in this lane. That's like the little, you ever see that? It was an old meme, and it was like a cat that walked outside where you saw like 2 footprints. Yeah. And then this is like the ultimate nope, the 2 footprints in the snow. Yeah. That was funny to me. I don't know.
That was a good, that stage was awesome because we don't get to stretch out targets far like that for pistol. And we were about to test it, and we were joking. We were like, because it was going to be a steel stage initially, and for those of you guys that haven't been to the Ohio range, it's all granite in that. So you have like a couple inches of sand or dirt or whatever it is, and you're not driving steel into that at all. So we ended up changing it to a paper stage, and we were like, well, if we're going to do a paper stage, like let's just do a fucking crazy long pistol shot. So we landed on 50 yards, and it was super fun to test. I knew halfway through my second round, I was already gassing out because I was still. That was before I kind of figured out to like lean back and use my core a little bit more in it. So I was using like all upper body to do it. And I was smoked. I was like, holy shit, I'm like actually going to time cap on this fucking stage. This is rough. I'm like, I don't think anybody's going to be able to get through the stage. But figured out the movement to kind of assist your chest pressing with it, and made it through the stage. But yeah, it was a really, really fun stage. I was really happy with how that programmed for the weekend.
Yeah, for sure. And then stage 4 was the pistol speed plate or pistol barricade.
Pistol barricade. No, not much to say about that one.
Yeah, it was good.
One of the pistol standards.
I don't think we had anybody shoot the barricade.
No.
No, the competitors.
No
competitors.
We did have three. We had three?
Three.
We did have 3 staff DQs. Nick did it on his first time. I did it on my second run trying to improve my score. And who was the third one?
Dirk
Did it as well?
Dirk
Calling out Dirk.
Yeah, sorry,
Dirk the dentist.
Yeah,
sorry,
Dirk the dentist. He did a root canal on that barricade. That was stage 4. Stage 5 was the fucking burn pit. Goddamn, that was my favorite stage we've done all year, dude.
The burn pit was a good one for sure.
That was one of my favorite stages this year.
So we had basically 100-yard field of play for the physical portion. First bag you carried down all the way to the end and back. So a 200-yard carry. You then ran down, and most people ran down, shot rifle at, I'll say 120.
120-ish, yeah.
120, and then pistol at, say, 25, I think, for that one. Maybe 20.
I want to say, for some reason, 17 sticking out of my head. But either way, within 20 yards.
So barricade shooting positions for rifle and pistol, low ports, and then the 45-degree angles. Then you came back, you grabbed your next set of mags if you remembered, and then you went to the 75-yard and back. Same thing, and then you had a 50-yard and back, and then a 25-yard and back.
Yeah, so as the distance shortened, your bags got heavier.
Yeah.
So... depending on what division you were in, your bag weight was growing by either 25 or 50 pounds every increment or every round that you were going, but you're doing shooting in between every round. So once you got through the work portion, you still had to run down and then do your shooting as well too. But it was a super fun stage, and a lot of the people that I thought were going to do well on that stage didn't.
Yeah.
And I think Chad Gross was the most impressive performance on that stage over the weekend. He absolutely demolished that stage.
Wow.
So impressive.
Awesome to watch. Chad can't be more than 165 pounds.
If that. I think Chad probably weighs 150 pounds.
Timmy's 145. I think
Chad probably weighs around the same.
Paul is like around probably 145, 150.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe Chad is between 150 and 160.
Yeah. That bag.
He moved that
40%
250 pound bag.
Yeah.
Incredibly well, and didn't give up, and got there with quite a bit of time left to do it too. Mm-hmm. Where we saw, and I'm like CrossFit Games athletes that couldn't get to that point.
Yeah,
he got
crazy.
There.
That was
Did he win that stage? Do you know?
We'll
show it later on.
We'll pull it up in a bit, but I want to say it was either. Oh no, I think Zach Wolf won that stage
because Zach Wolf finished and had like more time. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but Chad was, right behind him. I think I want to say Chad had like 2, maybe 3 minutes to work on that 250.
Yeah.
And used almost every bit of that to get that bag
but he
back.
Got the bag back. Yeah.
I think he might have gotten his rifle firing sequence done, but maybe not his pistol firing sequence. I can't remember.
Anyways, best performance of the weekend. Was watching that. It was really awesome. That was really cool. So good job, Chad.
Yeah, super impressive.
Next up, we have 6. Stage 6 was
to the chip is my least favorite stage I've tested all year. I fucking hated every second of testing that stage.
You were such a whiny bitch when we were vetting that.
Well, I'll preface this by saying it was 6 o'clock at night when we tested the stage. We had tested all the stage. That was our last stage to test for the weekend, and we test all these stages in a day. So I had done two of our TAC game stages. That was the third one of the day, and then we did our shooting stages. So I was already burnt out, and I was looking at Chris, and I was like, what are you going to do? He's like, it doesn't matter to me. And I was like, you want me to do the elite weight? He's like, yeah, I'll do tactical. And at that point, the program was still to use an 80-pound and a 60-pound duffel bag. So going through that stage with one bag is miserable enough, but going through it with 2 bags was absolutely horrendous. And I think because we were initially going to do, so for the stage, it was, you started with a ruck on, it's 20 pounds for men, 10 pounds for women. And then women's intermediate didn't do a ruck. But so you had to you had the ruck on, throw the 80-pound over your shoulder, and then you do 12 step overs, and then you go shoot rifle and pistol, then you come back, and then you do the bear crawl bag drag, which was the worst part. It was 10 yards between stick to stick, and I was dragging both of the bags, and I was trying to figure out the best way to do it, and I made it halfway down on my second lap, and I don't remember what you said to me or Justin said to me, but I was like, this is just absolutely fucking horrible. I was so pissed off. I was like, I don't want to fucking do this stage anymore.
My favorite part, so I went over and I was judging Chris when he was running through it, and Gil was judging you, and you shot a penalty sequence on the wrong target.
Yeah.
A full magazine on the wrong target. And I looked at Gil, and I just like, at the brightest, because I knew you were in a shitty mood already, and I was just really waiting for him to just be like, and 15 misses.
He took pity on me and didn't make me do all of them, so that was nice. That was the nicest thing he's done for me all year. So I couldn't see, I literally could not see the target because we hadn't grass hadn't been cut yet, so like it was kind of hard to see the targets. Either way, doesn't matter. I fucked up, but yeah, that was miserable. And then just crawling under the parallel and over the wall, like that portion of the range was like mossy and like spongy and wet.
Yeah, a little boggy.
So like the first time you get under the first parallel, like everything on the front of your body is just soaked. And then like you're trying to move and it's just spongy. It was just a miserable stage. So that was my least favorite stage of the weekend, handedly.
So for your guys' awareness, we ended up using the weight that Chris vetted it at, which we initially were going to do for tactical, as the elite weight. And then we changed the rest of the programming to fit that.
So you guys are welcome. I'm going to take the L for you on that one to do one bag.
Stage 8 was Thunderdome.
7.
Thunderdome.
Welcome to the Thunderdome. So that was the weave. That was cool. We did a little different setup for that.
Put it in like a pentagon shape, all 5.
Or an octagon, whatever you're thinking. Yo, we go up to everybody all weekend and he'd be like, what shape do you think this is? And most everybody got it wrong, which is hilarious. So, Thunderdome was cool. That was fun to see everybody competing on that one. We saw some wild swings on scores on that one. I think Lee Earl got 78 points on that stage.
I thought he was 81.
It was something ridiculous. It was an
81 reps
high
on
score.
that.
Yeah.
So going back to the hill run, Lee Earl had 20 laps, which was incredibly impressive. Mm-hmm. Timmy Gross came out and got 21 laps.
Yeah.
And then Paul got 20 and a half. So he lost by just half a lap to his brother, who was very happy to beat him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I think Chad and Paul tied with 40 points. Yeah. And then Tim got him by a point, which is awesome. Pretty cool. And then we finished with I'm Your Pusha, Dahlimer mat stage. So we had the turf out there this weekend, the alpaca sleds. There was a farmer's carry. You had about I think we did a 30-yard farmer's carry from the start-finish line to the turf, load the sleds with the bags, push it down, offload your weight, and then you shoot rifle and pistol off a tank trap. And then you return around, reload it, push, carry down, and then get another set of mags. So I
think we had a 50-yard rifle shot in there and like a 20-something yard pistol shot on that one.
Yep. Fun stage.
So let's get into it. We'll talk about all the leaderboard and how everybody finished.
All right. So we got men's 50 up first.
Well, let's start with the men's 60, right, who unfortunately didn't get their photographs taken because all of them left before with the exception of Bob. Dr. Bob. So men's 60 plus. In third place, we had Dan Snyder, which I know Dan would have been incredibly happy to receive a patch. So, Dan, I have your patch. Get in contact with us. We'll get it out to you.
You're going to pay shipping. Sorry. I'm kidding.
Second place in 60 plus was David Weissman. Same thing. He wasn't there for awards, so please send us your address and we'll get you a patch sent out. And then first place was Bob Hansen. So Dr. Bob got first place in that 60 plus division.
Yep.
I know he's going to be at nationals, so excited to kind of see how that 60 plus division national plays
him and
out.
Jeff have been back and forth for first in the men's 60 all season, so it'll be cool to see how that shapes up.
And then women's 50 plus, we only had 2 competitors in that division. Brenda King, who didn't stay for the award ceremony. We've got a patch waiting for you as well, so congratulations. I know Darren's been trying to get you out for a long time, and we're very glad that you're there and you came out and competed, and good job on getting second place in the women's 50 plus division. Glad you came.
Camille
first place was Camille.
Yep.
Camille Portalaken?
I think it's Portacalion.
Portacalion.
Yeah.
Okay, Camille.
Camille, you did it.
Yeah, you did it.
Oh, also, before we keep going, Travis Cole, who's one of our staff members, and Ara, the Burn Pit, wanted us to recognize his volunteers between Brian, Chris, Gabby, Paige, Steve, and Will. You guys kicked ass all weekend. Heavy bag stage was a shitty stage to have to reset if somebody time capped, and we did have a lot of time caps on that stage. So everybody on that stage kicked ass. You know, they did a really good job of adhering to schedule and getting people ready, getting people off the line, getting judges back in. So thank you guys for all the hard work last weekend. We really appreciate it. That was a tough stage to volunteer on, and you guys did a great job.
Awesome. All right, let's get into these other competitors now.
We got second place.
Third place, men's 50 plus. Kevin McAdams. Kevin's an awesome competitor. He's been when he first came in, he just crushed it from the beginning. So he's been doing well. Looks like a lot of second place finishes. Got a couple that were outside of the top 5, but really kind of held it down in the top 5 for a majority of his stages. Kick rocks 27 points, so that's 13 and a half laps on that course. I think my zero is off. He had 38 misses. Burn pit 48 misses. Which did he get a time? I don't see a time. Points time.
Yeah, he didn't time cap. No, he made it by literally a second.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So with shooting all his mags, had 48 misses, and then I'm your pusher had 26 misses. So good performance all weekend. Looks like the second place finish on the 2-gun stage definitely helped him with points.
Yeah.
Looks like kick rocks and get to the choppa were the 2 big ones that kind of took him down in the leaderboard a little bit. But great job, Kevin. Going on the next one.
That's
Michael Flo, our air marshal.
A lot of good consistent effort for the weekend. A lot of second and third place finishes. 67 points on Thunderdome behind Lee Earl. Got him, dude, that's crazy. 19 points off just in second place. That shows you how high Lee Earl's score was on that one. But still, a 67-point score on that is epic, especially in the 50 division. So good score there. Good score on, I think, my zero's off also. Got 90 match points on that one, 34 misses. Looks like he had 1 pistol miss on the 2-gun stage, but still held well. Got a good amount of points there, so good consistent effort all weekend.
And then
Pusha was a little rough one for him, but
so Michael, as I mentioned, is an air marshal, and he just was featured on CrossFit's Instagram about being a competitor in
at
the
Florida event, right?
Yeah. So he had some photos from the Florida event that were used to feature that, which was really cool. So awesome to see our competitors out there and doing cool things. Next up, the Earl.
King of the 50 plus.
Crushing it, man. So when he first started, he's a freak. Fitness wise, he's a freak. But he couldn't really shoot. Yeah. He was going so fast and couldn't figure out what he was doing. He has gotten tremendously better at shooting. You have to tell me if your cop score doesn't necessarily reflect that.
That was a rough one.
He had 6, looks like 3 misses for rifle and 3 misses for pistol. So definitely crushed him on points a little bit there. Because what was his?
I mean, aside from that, took five first place finishes throughout the weekend. But the 2 shooting stages didn't do great for him last weekend. But I mean, he still won handedly on all the other stages.
Oh, yeah.
So
I mean,
but not a ton of misses on burn pit or under push.
No, 22 misses on burn pit's really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially
you figure
for how
if
tough that stage
break
was.
that down into 4 rounds, you're looking at what, like, I don't know, what's 22 divided by 4?
I mean, he only had
6?
about 6-7 misses every round.
Yeah.
So depending on,
I think it's 5 or 6, but yeah, Hapner will send me a message about how terrible my math is, as he always does.
I think John Wayne.
John Wayne. Yeah. Oddly enough, we won't see his name on this leaderboard. I think my zero is off. 35 misses, and I'm your pusher, 24 misses. So although he didn't do well on the long-range stage, he still performed really well with his marksmanship on the other stages. So that goes to show you, like, there's a big difference between shooting action stuff and shooting tactical game stages, where you get into a position and it's really about building positions.
Yeah.
Where the action stages are more about really understanding your dope and being able to move dynamically with your weapon. So there's always something to work on in this sport. All right, going on to women's 40 plus. Our OG competitor, Carla Herdzik. Carla was out there, her family was out there cheering her on, which I thought was really cool. I love to see that. She had a bunch of people from her training organization that she has. She's been recruiting people to come in and compete, not only in this sport, but all action shooting sports for a long time. So Carla's a great person and really glad that she's still a very active competitor. I wonder what the difference is between third and second here, because she's got a lot of second place finishes, so it's got to be a really close match.
Yeah, Becky tore down that two-gun stage, and that helped her out a lot, because Carla took second on that stage and got 58%.
Well, but she had 3 misses, so Becky had a finish, a time, and no misses. So.
That's what I'm saying. That gap is significant.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's phenomenal performance. A lot of second and third place finishes, a couple fourth places. Well, one fourth place on Thunderdome, but aside from that,
never was below the 85th or 83rd percentile for any of her stages. So really awesome. Great job, Carla. So 596 going to second place. Yeah. So 596 to 600, you're talking about a 4-point separation. So Jamie Lasco. Jamie started out this year. She's been awesome to have around. She's always just a bundle of energy, very positive. Really, really stoked that Jamie joined the sport. Not great finishes compared to what you saw with Carla, but she had a couple of first place wins that came out and just knocked her up that additional 4 points. 5th place finish on the carbine stage, 4th place finish on I'm Your Pusha, and I think my zero is off where she had 53 misses. So definitely, it was a close match, but those first place finishes definitely gave her the addition that she needed. All right, going into first, Miss Becky Wagner.
Dude, 60-plus point spread.
She crushed it. I mean, that, the action stage.
That's what did it for her, for sure. I mean, she's always super consistent regardless, but, that's how you got people, is those 2-gun stages throughout the weekend, and that's exactly what she did. She
got people on, I think my zero is off too, pretty significantly, it looks like, because she's she finished it. She got 22 misses, which is really good for a standing freestyle rifle at that distance and pistol. Burn pit, she had more misses. But she's strong. She calls herself farm strong. She trains horses or whatever she does for a living.
And that was an 8-round stage with 22 misses. That's crazy.
Yeah, Becky's awesome. Great job, Becky. Done. All right.
Men's 40. Zach dipping his toe in men's 40 last weekend.
Yeah. He's
really good.
Zach's obviously been a men's elite competitor since the inception of the sport. He's been around since the very beginning. Zach is a hell of an athlete and a hell of a guy. His youngest son, Owen, was out there. It was really cool to see him come and enjoy watching his dad. And Owen is going to be a monster.
Yeah, for sure.
He is going to be such a big dude.
Yeah, look how tall he is already. That's insane.
He's taller than Hepner already. And Sal probably too.
Oh, definitely, for sure. His son was keeping track of his laps. Every time Zach would come around for a lap, he'd look at his son and go, 5, 6. So that was his bean counter for his run. So that was cool to see.
What's really impressive is on the run, Zach was able to hold a 97th percentile when he was running against Brandon Rodas.
Yeah, and Ryan Anderson too.
And Ryan Anderson. Both of them are freak runners, incredibly fit. Didn't do great on pistol speed barricade, but really, when he finished well and owned some really good stages. So 41 misses on Burn Pit, 19 misses on I'm Your Pusha, and 47 misses, and I think my zero is off. He finished that stage incredibly fast, but just didn't perform as well as he should have on the shooting side of the house. So
that's why he's a breacher.
That's why he's a breacher. Yeah, exactly.
And if you look, it won't reflect the percentages for the individual stages. But when I was putting these stats together, if you looked on Burn Pit, between first and third place was I think it was half of a percentage point difference between him, Ryan, and Brandon Rodas.
Wow.
It was super tight. They all finished within a few seconds of one another, and it just came down to the shooting on that stage. And I think the highest between them, the three of them, was 47 misses, and Zach had 41.
Damn.
So it was super tight. It was really cool seeing all three of them compete on that one. It was really impressive.
All right, getting into second place, Ryan Anderson. Ryan is, again, a freak athlete, games competitor, I'm pretty sure, in the Masters division previously.
Yep, used to be an MMA fighter.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that how he spells his name?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Yeah.
R-Y-O-N?
Mm-hmm.
He's a West Virginia State trooper. Him and Derek Satterfield came in together to the sport. Their team, we did a team event in West Virginia a few years ago at Panthera, and I remember when those two showed up, I was like, "Oh fuck, this dude's gonna be a problem."
Yeah, for sure.
Because he was just so fit.
Does not look a day over 30.
No, I asked him to show me his ID when the first time he showed up for 40 plus.
Yeah,
and I don't do that all the time, but I definitely did not believe he was over 40.
Yeah, dude looks great for his age. He's doing something right. But had a good weekend. Had a couple of good first place finishes. He was really paying attention to the run when I was there ROing him on the run. And I remember Rodas kept going around. He's like, "God damn, that guy just keeps getting faster and faster every round." I'm like, I don't understand it, man. Dude's a hell of a runner.
That Bolt Monkey, that dude can friggin' run.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you're right. On the burn pit, 43 misses there. Third place with a 99.46 percentile. That's awesome.
Yep, raw time was the fastest on that stage, I want to say, in his division.
All right, getting into first place. Brandon Rodas. Brandon's been competing in Elite for the past couple of events. Went back up into his division that he's been competing at previously, into the 40 plus, and really tight race between him, Ryan, and Zach.
Yeah.
I think Zach was 30 points off first place. I think Ryan, I don't remember.
I think 4 points. I think he had 629.
Wow.
Brandon had 633.
Yeah. So
and Brandon had came. So he helped out with me to set up for skirmish 2 weekends ago, and his hand was ballooned up.
He broke his hand. He got into a fight with a guy outside of a gym who was trying to steal something out of his car.
Yeah. The guy was pulling handles on a bunch of cars, and he did one lap, and noticed something was off. And by the second lap, he noticed the guy was trying to pick out different things in cars, and caught the guy peeling into one of the cars and beat the shit out of him handedly. But
so came in with a broken
hand.
Yeah. So he had a boxer's fracture. Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Local
crime fighter.
We have some great memes we'll share with the community about his crime fighting ability.
34 points on Kick Rocks. First place finish there. Bunch of second place finishes. Just overall very
just grimy.
weekend.
But the 40 plus division, I mean, look at these finishes. So clearly everybody in that division is in the hunt, is close. So even though he had some 7th place finishes, he was never really below 84% of the top competitors. So although his placement might look kind of odd, for how he finished, he was always gaining points, always moving the needle forward. So
that was the division to watch last weekend. For sure. That was a really cool division to watch. There was a bunch of good guys in there.
I think at Nationals it's going to be an awesome division to watch too.
Oh yeah.
The squad that these guys were in was great, but Nationals will definitely be a great one to watch. All right. Third place, women's tactical, Kelsey Coppola. Kelsey, pretty solid performance, 544 points, so lower on the total point scale. A lot of 4th place finishes, few 6th place finishes.
Yeah.
Good finish on You Have to Tell Me If You're a Cop with only 1 rifle miss. And I'm Your Pusha, 37.
Just has to clean up her shooting. Physically, she's there. She just needs to clean up her shooting, and she'll start moving up on the podium for sure.
Yep.
But she had some podiums. I want to say the last 3 events she's competed in, she's podiumed.
Yep.
Iowa, New Hampshire.
This is her first year.
Yeah, first year.
Her first year.
Yeah.
Yep. So she's seeing the podium regularly. So she's doing something right.
Good job, Kelsey. Second place,
Kendall.
Wait.
Her name was backwards.
Okay, so her name's Kendall Michael?
Yes.
Okay.
It said Michael Kendall.
Yeah, Michael, we read her name. Sorry,
I had a brain fart, sorry.
It was how it was entered on practice score? Or did you read it backwards?
It was backwards. I read backwards.
Okay.
I read it backwards.
So it's you.
But she had a lot of first place finishes last weekend.
She did.
Phenomenal.
She did a very good job.
When she didn't finish first, she...
Pistol speed barricade destroyed her. 612.
Tell Me If You're a Cop.
She lost 30 points there and 50 points on Tell Me If You're a Cop. So that's an 80-point swing right there.
Yeah. She cleans up that 2-gun stage, and she's in first place.
Yeah, because I think 90 seconds on pistol speed barricade, that can definitely be tightened up.
Yeah.
With 1 miss, that's something that just exposure, getting out in a VTAC and just running through and just getting used to shooting outside of it.
Yep, but definitely a good athlete. Had some really good finishes throughout the weekend. So.
Yeah. 52 misses, 51 misses, 42 misses on the paper stages. So definitely an opportunity to clean that up. The physical portion, it looks like she crushed, but she needs some work there. First place on Kick Rocks with 31 points. Awesome. All right, first place.
Jesse Curtis. Didn't have a photo for her. Not bad, right?
Not bad.
Yeah. I freehand do that.
Yeah. We should have had AI come up with it. Grok, create.
So that's not actually what Jesse Curtis looks like, just so you guys know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But absolutely smashed. Five first place finishes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do you know who Jesse Curtis is?
I don't.
I don't either.
I don't. I feel like it's the first time I've seen her name, but 671 points. Did a phenomenal job last weekend. Again, same thing. There's a couple of stages, clean up your shooting on the burn pit and think my zero's up, but still, like, when she didn't come in first place, she wasn't far off. I think lowest is 78%.
Yep.
On
just
Thunderdome.
one stage, but besides that, she's 87, 95, and then all 100. So she
right there in the hunt.
Crushed it. Great job, Jesse. And we'll promise we'll get a photo of you next time. Bo's first event back in a couple of years. Good to have Bo back. I know this was a tough event for him. He had some personal contact with Charlie Kirk and some of the EP that's with Charlie Kirk. So he was out there, and I think finishing this way definitely lifted his spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Bo, not a great finish on the action stage. Kick Rocks was another one that kind of ate his lunch, but you're competing against 70 other guys that can go out there and do work.
It's a really deep division. A lot of guys that are very, very good. So,
but only 15 misses and I'm your pusha, 19 misses and I think my zero's off, and 33 misses. So this is a guy that shot really well. Even like he finished the stage 126 seconds. But still only got a 58% on the action stage.
Yep.
So there is always an opportunity to work on your shooting, and it looks like that was for him where he needed it to clean it up a little bit. Second place, Nathan Yoder. Nathan is out there with the Gross brothers, trains with them, does all those things together.
Paying off. He shot all the shooting stages he did very well on, too.
He's a great guy, just fun to be around, very positive, always got a smile on his face.
Yep.
Now you see this guy, points-wise, 91.75, so I think about 30 seconds less than what the last one we were just looking at was. And again, now you see an increase of 80 points
versus 58.
Versus 58, yeah. So other than that, got a stage win on Pistol Speed Barricade with 21.53. Got a stage win on Get to the Choppa, the physical stage. Get to the Chippas. Sorry, get to the Chippas. So, really, really solid performance. Thunderdome made his lunch a little bit, but still, that kind of screwed him on. How did he get 40 points and 80%? Oh, because it's a 50-point stage.
Yeah.
Got it. All right, so great performance, Nathan. First place.
My son.
Paulie Walnuts.
So good to see him grow up and just do well in the world, 637 points. Did a phenomenal job on the two-gun stage.
Yep.
73-58. A lot of first-place finishes. Did great on Kick Rocks. Second place on Get to the Chippas behind Nathan. Also got the same score as Nathan on the Thunderdome, so same score there. Burn Pit ate his lunch pretty badly. 42 misses on that one and some high work penalties. But aside from that, man, really good performance for the weekend.
Yeah, great job, Paul. Great to see you out there doing good things and winning these events. All right, third place, Women's Elite. Jackie Wolf. This is Zach Wolf's wife, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, cool. So two husband and wife combo on the Elite podium, which is pretty awesome. Jackie, solid performance all weekend. Fourth, fifth, third, really just like held in there. We're looking at some very, very incredible performances throughout these and staying in the hunt the whole time. She did a great job, and a lot of these percentages are, you have to understand, skewed a little bit. Like, she was competing against two of the top women in the Elite division. So, this is a great comparison to see how you stack up against some top competitors. Going into second place, Katie Batiste. Katie got some stage wins out of there on Pistol Speed Barricade, on Burn Pit, on Get to the Chippa, and on You Have to Tell Me If You're a Cop. Really the only place that she sacrificed points was I'm Your Pusha, Thunderdome a little bit. I mean, she lost like 23 points on Thunderdome.
Yeah. That was the most. Kick Rock's close, but still.
Yeah, 21 on Kick Rocks. I mean, really, she a hell of a performance.
Her and Janae went back and forth, but you'll see Janae's score here in a second. But I mean, Katie did great.
Yeah,
I
great
think she's
job.
podiumed in Women's Elite every event that she's competed in this year.
I think so. Well, there's
almost all of them. Yeah. Almost all of them.
Great job, Katie. Oh shit, yeah, Janae.
609. That's I can't
Almost a
remember
perfect
what
score.
I can't remember what her score was her last event, but she dominated the last event too. Just phenomenal. Even when she doesn't take second or first, her second place finishes, she lost a point. And then aside from pistol speed barricade, she lost a little bit there.
Seconds off the top time for the Tech 2-gun stage.
Yeah.
First place finish in Kick Rocks. First place, and I
Super
watched
dominant.
her run on Kick Rocks.
Yeah.
And she gave it, sent it the whole time.
37 points is insane.
Yeah, she did great.
Out of all the women that ran that last weekend, that's by far the best score of the weekend for all the women in any division.
Really, like only 8 misses in I'm Your Pusha. Burn Pit, 23 misses. Did she get
and finish the stage too? Which not a lot of people finish that stage.
I think my zero is off. 29 misses. I mean, she really solid, dominating performance. If she gave up a first place, it was to Katie. 690 points is so impressive. Great job, Janae. Chad Gross.
Second elite
Chad
podium
said,
this year.
I haven't really been working out. I've been focusing on running, so I didn't think I was prepared. I don't really think I'm prepared to compete this weekend.
Started lifting weight. I think Tim and Paul told me he did 1 or 2 strength training workouts Wednesday before the event. So Wednesday and Thursday worked out, and then came into the event and had the performance he had.
It's just like last minute studying. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah,
pack it all in the last day.
Exactly. But dude, just did phenomenal all weekend. Like we said, really. I mean, you look at the score on Burn Pit and you see time capped, but still in that division, everybody time capped on that stage. Aside from Zach,
a couple finishers,
one other person finished it in the men's elite division. 30 and only really 32 misses for a 4-round stage. Did very well on that stage. Had 1 work penalty for that. Just didn't get back.
Didn't get the run back. Yep.
So phenomenal performance all weekend. Good job.
Great job, Chad. Zach Wolf. Same thing here, Zach. Zach was able to pull off a couple stage wins in a really stacked men's elite division. Third place on Tell Me If You're a Cop. Kick Rocks did well, 34 points. So that's 17 laps.
Burn Pit got first. That was very helpful. Only 27 misses on Burn Pit also.
But no work penalties. So although Scott or Chad missed less, he had that 30-second work penalty. So that that would have been a stage win for Chad had he finished. But yeah, great all-around performance. Thunderdome wasn't his best performance. Pistol Speed Barricade, so the 2 aggregates, which are things that you can work on. Other than that, he did solid performance. Great job, Zach. First place men's elite. Big Sal.
Sal Hernandez, 620 points. Couple of first place finishes. He had a good recap of the weekend. He said it felt very old school attack games for him. A lot of heavy lifting.
All right, so we had some technical difficulties. It cut off in the middle when we were talking about Sal, but
some tactical difficulties.
Tactical.
Right, you like that one? That was a good one.
Good one.
That was a good one.
So Sal had a great performance this weekend. Sorry, don't know where it ended, but you did good, Sal.
Good job, Sal. Proud of you, man.
All right, everybody, that's it for this podcast. We will see you guys all in Poland.